Welcome back. You know, certain foods just say holidays, like roasted turkey and pecan pie. Well, we're putting a twist on those traditional holiday dishes. Daisy King from Miss Daisy's Kitchen is up first with our entree.
Well, the holiday season is the busiest time of the year out here at Miss Daisy's Kitchen in Franklin, but Daisy King always has the time to help share a wonderful recipe with you and your family. And thanks for inviting us out.
Oh, you're welcome. And this, as you can see, we're making it now. So we've been making it for a long time. And this is a thyme lemon roasted turkey that's so easy, and it will, you know, you can cook it a day ahead, reheat it, or have it ready that morning. So I'll tell you what I've already done to get started. One of the herbs we use in it is rosemary. So we're going to brine this overnight with some fresh rosemary, and I stuck, as you see, some of the whole leaves underneath the skin, and I loosened the skin, as you all can see right here, and you can actually go down the legs and loosen them. Then you're going to add a mixture right there of 6 rosemary leaves crushed, the zest of 2 lemons, and a tablespoon of salt.
Okay.
And if you'll stir that up, and then Marilyn, if you'll sprinkle some underneath the skin and inside the cavity over here, and then I'm going to be talking about what else we're going to stuff it with.
Okay.
Now, in real life, we would, as Meryl is doing here, when she finishes that, we would put it in a pan, cover it with saran wrap, and let it sit for about 2 days. And the aroma just gets better and better. But
do you want this on the outside? Sorry for interrupting.
Yes,
on the
outside
okay. All right.
and inside.
All right, good.
But if you're like me and you're trying to cook for your family at home after you've worked all day, you can do it the way we're doing here. Do this on the outside, inside, and then what you see what we're going to stuff it with. And I don't know if we're going to be eating thyme or lemon and maybe a little turkey, because those flavors are so good together. Okay, beautiful job. All right, now let's just stuff. You stuff with lemons.
Okay.
I'm going to stuff with onions.
So we're just filling up the cavity.
We're filling up the cavity, and and you can actually put some of it around it in the baking pan while you're doing around like this. And then we're going to sprinkle with salt and pepper. And then you're going to roast this open, covered, exactly like this, at 465 degrees for about 45 minutes. This is my thyme and rosemary that's going in. And then as you're roasting it, open your oven door and you baste it, Meryl, right there, with butter. And then you can continue adding more salt and pepper. Just keep basting with the salt and pepper, and voila, you've got a wonderful roasted turkey that you see.
That looks beautiful.
A couple hours ago, and it's so good. If you have leftovers, last week we did one, and we made turkey tetrazzini out of it.
Oh,
you know, and
that sounds amazing.
That's another
That's a good
show.
leftover. Yeah, right.
To do leftovers.
Well, I think it looks beautiful, Daisy.
Oh, thank you.
And I love all the side dishes you've got around it too. It just looks like a traditional meal.
We have this at the market that we sell. I mean, our wonderful cornbread stuffing all through the holidays until the end of the year, and our cinnamon pecan cranberry sauce, along with a lot of other sides. So if you don't want to cook, just come out and see us.
Yeah, Miss Daisy's Kitchen is located inside Grassland Market here on Hillsborough Road in Franklin, and you always see a smiling face behind the counter. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you to News Channel 5's own Meryl Rose, along with Miss Daisy, who can turn any recipe that's ordinary to extraordinary. Well, it's time now for dessert. No doubt some of the best desserts I've ever had have come from local caterer Shannon Brown. Take a look at how she combines 2 favorite desserts to make a pecan pie cheesecake.
Well, the queen of decadent desserts, Shannon Brown from Our Table Catering, is back with us today, this time with a twist on the classic pecan pie recipe. We're going to make pecan pie cheesecake?
Yes.
That is over the top.
I love pecan pie, and nothing says holiday like pecan pie, but sometimes it's too much sugar. So I wanted to cut the sugar a little bit and put cheesecake in the middle, because I like cheesecake.
Man, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we get started? This has several layers. We're not going to show you the recipe on the screen, but you'll need to go online to get it. Easy to do, but it takes a couple of steps, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The first step is making the crust, which is a shortbread crust. Typically, it's flour, brown sugar, butter. Use your pastry blender. It'll look like sand a little bit. You press it in a pan, bake it for 10 minutes at 350, and it'll come out looking like that, golden brown.
So that's your first layer.
That's the first layer.
All right.
You're going to set that aside and let it cool while you mix up a cheesecake, which is a standard cheesecake. It's got your cream cheese, your milk, eggs, and vanilla. You beat that in a stand mixer, pour it on top of that crust, and put it back in the oven at 350 for about 30 to 45 minutes.
But we're not done.
No, that's only the second layer.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to make layer 3 for you
Yes.
right now and show you
Yes.
how that works.
This is the pecan pie layer,
Oh, man.
which is going to be your brown sugar and your eggs and some vanilla and salt. And we've got some corn syrup and melted butter. But when you melt the butter, you want to let it cool for a little bit, because if you don't, it'll cook those eggs. You don't want cooked eggs in your pecan
Good
pie.
point.
That would be gross.
Good point. Okay.
And then 2 cups of pecans. And you just whisk all that together. And after it's whisked together, you pour it on top of that cheesecake. That cheesecake's going to come out and cool, about 30 minutes or so. You don't want it to be smoking hot when you pour this on top of
Okay,
it.
so you're going to let it cool a little
Yeah,
bit.
just for a little bit.
Is this something you could make ahead for the holidays?
Yes, you can, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons that I love it too, because if I'm really, really busy, then I know I've got time to do this on my off day and have it ready to go when my family comes, or if I'm taking it anywhere, I can do it ahead of time.
Okay.
It keeps really well.
Ready to go?
Yes. Just pour that all over.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then you'll put that back in the oven. Now you're going to lower the temperature for the pecan pie to 325 and let it bake for about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, depending on your oven. And when it comes out, you let it cool again, maybe another 30 minutes cooling on the countertop. And you can either serve it at that point, or you can put it in the fridge.
It makes a beautiful presentation too, with the layers in it. I just think it looks absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
We can't wait to try it. It looks so good. Thank you so much for being with us.
You're
we really
very welcome.
appreciate it. And this recipe, as we said, is pretty detailed with those 3 individual layers. So you'll want to go to our website at newschannel5.com so you can get all the instructions. It's easy to do, but it may take you just a couple of steps. Somebody's coming in for a bite.
I'm coming in. I got to try this.
Doesn't that look
Yeah, it
amazing?
does.
And you love pecans, don't you? Man. What do you think?
Yes.
Home run. And it'll be a home run with your guests as well. Shannon, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Trust me, that is a dessert your family will want you to make year-round. It is that good. Go to OurTableCatering.com if you'd like to get in touch with Shannon. Well, up next, it has to be pretty special for thousands of people to gladly brave 9-degree temperatures just to see it. We'll go inside Gaylord Opryland's ice, featuring a Charlie Brown Christmas next.